good.
All right. If that's the case, then let's get started. All right. Last we left off, you guys entered Alice's mansion. Kind of got your ass handed, but you returned triumphant. Like defeated the lurking zombies, whatever, ghouls, geist there is, and sort of managed to see Alister, although he's like, last splinter of his soul. And even that is sucked away.
Pieces.
So, yeah, so in pieces.
Yeah.
Literal pieces. But, what's been done is done. Like, what more can you do? So now, after a long rest, which everyone heals back up, you sat at the morning Alister's mansion. A lot of dead bodies around, but, you survived. What would you guys like to do?
I think Cricket's gonna do what he has to do.
I have 2 hit points, so I am going to take a nap.
No, you guys already healed
this
up.
is after a long
Yeah,
rest.
it's already a long rest.
Hit that long rest button, buddy.
Long rest
You've
button.
earned it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cricket is going to do what he's going to start the chaos, which is the necromancy chaos. First thing first, Cricket wants to explore the mansion and see if he can find like just some clothes, like a big cloak if possible. I mean, this is like a hermit's place. There's got to be a big cloak.
All right. You definitely do that. Where would you like to start?
I guess if I can't find any giant cloaks in this room, I am just gonna, just make my way deeper.
Okay.
Maybe back over here and go down the stairs, kind of deal.
Sure. You can go back downstairs if you like.
Do you want me to make like an investigation check to see if I can find it?
Definitely. I'm gonna move you back to the first floor, which should pop up by now. Let me see. Yikes. Okay.
Let's see how I do here.
I'm gonna reveal the area for you.
Okay.
Reveal area. Doink. It has been revealed.
All right. And I'm just looking for a cloak or just anything about humanoid size.
You enter the guest quarters. You remember being here, like a few clicks before,
Yes.
A lot of clicks before. But along the ground, like I mentioned before, there are damaged properties. There are thrown, curtains, drawings on the floor. Just a total mess. Among them, you do find, like I said, curtains that are huge, if you want. Also, there seems to be something, pinned underneath, like a large fabric of sort.
Like something seems like it's tucked away, or
more like it's been, it's been piled on by all the rubbles and damaged properties.
Oh, I see.
And it looks like a large kind of cloth. Okay, go for it.
I do like the idea of using like this large curtain and kind of making my own robe.
Okay.
So I take out my knife and I'm just gonna start cutting into this curtain.
Okay. You do that, and I would say if you want to make a robe, you can easily do that. However, I'm not sure if you have the proficiency in, sewing kit or something like that.
No, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah, then it's like just a large cloth. You can.
I'm gonna call it janky robe.
Yeah, just call it janky robe.
And at this point, once I've got my janky robe, I am going to sit down and I'm gonna reach for my burlap sack. And I'm gonna pick out the bones from the dirt
Mm-hmm.
that I carry around with me, and I am going to finally start casting.
Animate dead.
Absolutely.
All right.
And it's going to be a skeleton.
Okay. How would you do this? Describe it for us. How does the process work?
Cast.
Yeah. No. I mean, how does the process work?
I know. I want to think about how he does it. I
Mhm.
think because it takes a minute to cast,
Mhm.
and I like the theme of the candles.
Mhm.
Cricket always carries like a bunch of like small little candles with him.
Mhm.
So he places it around in a circle, and he takes the pile of bones
Mhm.
that he has from his burlap sack and places it in the center.
Mhm.
I'm looking at some of the materials. He takes the knife and kind of nicks a bit of blood, and he draws what looks like a necromantic symbol on the skull. And this is specifically the skull that he pulled out earlier.
Mhm.
And he draws like almost like a circle with two X's and like a weird like curvy line. And it's just a smear of blood.
Okay.
Once that happens, he lights all the candles, and he begins chanting something in some old language,
Mhm.
and the fire that is on the candles that are on his staff, kind of like the usual like normal warm light, turns to like a sickly green,
Mhm.
and then smoke begins to kind of like come off of it and envelop the bones in the circle. And as it kind of swirls around, the bones start to kind of like crack and crick and begin to form into this humanoid form.
Nice.
And that's how he casts Animate Dead.
All right. Like adding on to that, you notice something unusual when you cast the spell. You've acquired this ability like some time ago. You're not definitely not new to it, but you only practice it for a couple of times.
I'm still a novice.
Yeah.
Necromancy.
Yeah. But you do notice something different. Like the necrotic energy that you manipulated to create this, undead, seems to be amplified of some sort.
Ooh.
Yes. You notice that the energy surrounding your skeletons, it's thicker for some weird reason.
Interesting. Okay.
And
I kind of take notice to that.
Yeah, your handouts should have the burst of death feature.
Ooh. So my skeleton has the burst of death thing?
Yes.
Ooh. So
Nice.
this skelly boy explodes when it dies.
Yes.
Nice. I will take that.
Skeleton suicide bomber.
Yeah. And it also gives you a feeling that what happened in the mansion seems unlikely what you expected before. You expected to be some experiment, like some necromancers enhance
so
them.
I after doing that, I get
Yeah.
the sense that it's not just like an experiment. It's almost like an aura,
Yeah.
like around this area, or possibly even further, of just any necromantic summons. Is that kind of what I'm getting at?
That's the vibe you're
Gotcha.
getting. Yeah.
I think Cricket just holds on to that thought and goes, huh. Well, you certainly look a little more humble, right, Ozzy? And I just take my janky robe and I put it on Ozzy so that I can bring him with me into the city. And
True.
he could just be a weird cloaked figure.
Just remember, you can get like up to 3.
Yeah.
I know. I have plans.
Just a fair warning. Like huge, like small towns, fine. Like no one's gonna suspect a thing. Just a bunch of travelers. However, larger cities tend to have clerics, tend to have temples, and paladins. and
Mhm.
they might have that kind of ability called sense undead.
Absolutely. Cricket is aware of
Yeah,
this.
if that happens,
Cricket,
but
Cricket,
you're a
Cricket,
local Bulgarian. You know this on the back of your hand.
yeah.
But you do it
Cricket
anyway.
knows that he knows that if that were to happen, he would do the whole deny. Deny. I don't know this guy. Who are you? Stranger danger.
Yeah. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah. So
okay.
I definitely am keeping that in mind.
For Crow, where are you gonna search? Are you gonna search the guest
I'm
quarter
gonna search
or
in that in this black area of the house.
Okay. You go to the second. I would say you probably go through here because there's the only exit. You noticed. I'm gonna reveal the fog of war for you. As it reveals, there seems to be a certain doorway, and you open it. You open the door. It's a backyard. It's a giant backyard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing interesting.
Herbory. Okay.
Yeah.
Except for that circle of stones back there, but I'm not magical. I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
What is to my left?
All right. Do you open it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You open it up. It seems like a stairs going downwards to the basement, probably.
All right.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing creepy in basements. I'm going to go down and have a look.
All right. You go down to the basement. It's a really tiny spot filled with crates and, like sacks. You open one up. It looks like it's just a storage for food. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Vegetables
All right, I will
and
go
all
back
that.
up.
All right.
I will check in there.
All right. You open up the. You go through this part. This is a tiny end of the hall kind of thing. So there is a table of like a small shrine on top of it, sort of like a shrine. You can't tell what idol it is. It's crudely made.
Can I make a religion check to take my
Sure.
best guess?
Sure.
That's
Alright.
a 4.
You have no clue what it is. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shrine to the flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah. Probably.
Of course.
As far as you can tell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
all right, I will back out. And
So
go
you
up.
search the other chamber? Okay.
Yep.
You open it up. It looks like everything is in a sort of a messy but an orderly messy way. It's hard to tell. It's hard to describe, but mostly it feels like the owner of the room knows where their stuff will be,
All right.
albeit it looks kind of messy. And you
Can I
get you get a search roll for investigation. All right,
18.
you search around, and then you quickly realize, but judging by the closet and all the books and like iron wire and all that kind of stuff, you feel like this is probably a butler's chamber. Yeah, you don't find anything interesting. There are some books you can check, but it feels altogether.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troll's just going to say to himself, "You wouldn't expect a butler to be so messy, but here we are."
Yep. It looks like he's been spending a lot of time tending to his master instead of himself. So.
Interesting.
Alrighty, well, then you know what? I will.
The end of the hallway? Okay.
Yeah, I believe that is where we spent our long rest.
No, that's actually
Well, that was
the second floor. You are at the first
Okay.
floor. So you
What's down
enter.
here?
Yeah, you open up the two-sided door. Apparently, it seems to be the similar setup as upstairs. However, with the lesser book collection, you get a sense that this is probably a more public one, a more public library for the visitors, if in case they needed something to consult with. And you want to search the area?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Roll me an investigation. All right.
14.
You searched around and you noticed that there are a lot of books about necromancy. You're not a wizard. You don't know how to do wizardry, but the title of the
No,
book, Necromancy for Beginners, it's hard to miss. So
No, I don't know how to do
Yeah.
this,
yeah,
but I know someone who does.
yeah.
And
And
I'm just gonna
also,
take.
with your investigation, you notice that there's a strange orb on the shelf. It's
I'll take
like
that too.
it's like glowing in a magical hue, and
All right.
the inside of it, it's like sands swirling around in circles. Yeah.
Fantastic. I will take
Alright.
that as well.
All
I will
right.
take Necromancy for Dummies and the Magic Sand Orb.
All right. Cool.
I also have a spell that I could use on the magic sand orb.
All
Yeah.
right.
Do that.
And
You
I'm
take
gonna
it?
trundle.
All right. Trundle
I will
backwards.
trundle back south.
Okay.
I will trundle back to my boy Cricket and tell him, "No, Cricket, I found some stuff for you."
Oh, okay. And I walk over. You see this like janky robed figure just kind of walking behind me. Just
Yeah.
Well,
Isma's
you're
like,
looking at.
you maybe be careful. You might trip.
I'm-
The robe is kind of big.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the janky figure. I'm gonna say, Isma, you're looking a little thinner than usual. And then I'm gonna hand over the Necromancy for Beginners book to
Yeah.
Cricket, and then the Magic Orb, and say, I'm pretty sure this is magical, but I'm not sure. But I'm not sure how to tell. You flunked out of wizarding school.
I've got something for that. Now I'm kind of new to being a caster. If I have a spell that's a ritual cast, if I spend like
You
10
can ritual
minutes
cast
on
it without using a spell slot.
I'm gonna ritual cast it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
sit
the
down.
best thing for wizards.
Ooh, but I need
you have time to
pearl,
prepare.
though.
Yeah.
I need a pearl.
Yeah, you need a pearl. If
anybody
it
have
either
a
it says spell consumed or it's in the material.
I think
yeah.
it says I need a pearl at least 100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So I think about a spell that I could use to figure
Mm-hmm.
out this orb. You know what I say? Well, I have a list of things I need to get at Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
You know, that's perfect.
Also,
Wanted to
you
wander
guys
anyway.
recalled that's where Isma chimes in and says, "This may sound bad for the deceased, but we did see his vault. Maybe there's something we can
True.
talk to the gargoyle
I
about."
should let the gargoyle know.
Yeah.
Ozzy, why don't you just stay down here and make friends with the with Isma and Gord? And Ozzy just kind of turns his skeletal head and kind of just, if he could smile, he would.
Isma's gonna be
I'm gonna-
like, I'll accompany you upstairs. Actually, I don't. Pretty fond of. I'm not really fond of the undeads. Nothing personal. It's just
Oh no.
there's something.
No offense.
Yeah.
No offense taken.
Yeah.
Most people don't like them. And I will make my way up to the gargoyle and
Alright.
I'll go talk to him.
All right, you.
All right, I will follow.
All right, you guys went back to the gargoyle. Hold on. Let me see. Move. I'm gonna move you guys here. Back to the room. Okay. Hold on a sec. Choop-de-choop-de-choop. All right, you guys are back. You notice that the gargoyle is still in its position, just as before. What would you like to do?
Roll will walk in, and because he can speak primordial, he's going
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, hey there, Mr. Gargoyle, sir. I need to talk to you. I need to talk quickly."
He responded and speak.
Alrighty, I'm gonna say, well, as it turns out, your wizard master is dead. And I don't want to say we're going to be pillaging his house for all it's worth, because that would sound horrible. So I'm going to say that we need his magic items to avenge his death.
Better.
Yeah.
I can't understand what you're saying, Crawl.
Yeah.
Yes, he's knocking this out of the park.
The gargoyle like stands back in his animated position and just looks at you and says,
"Did my duty to him and freed.
What he said?
Be back to my clan."
he says his duty to his master is now lifted, and he'll be back to his clan. And he continues by saying,
"Before I leave, there is something I need to take. Beyond that, it's all yours."
he basically says, before he leaves, there's something he must take. That's the price for him to guard here. But beyond that, it's all the stuff. It's basically a free buffet.
That is the best news I've heard all day.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what? Then, all right, Carl's going to. Well, then lead the way. We'll help you out there.
Is gonna go to the table. Go to this table actually. Sorry, I'm gonna pin that. He's gonna put both his hand on the weird sculpting, kind of like a head, like skull kind of thing. You can't tell. It's a sculpture, but it's a bone structure sculpture, and he kind of lifts it up like just an inch above the table and turns. You hear the like the stone grinds through the table, and then it puts into the position and like sets it down. As it sets down, whatever pile of rubbish that was on top of here just sinks underneath the floor like it was like under quicksand, and instead a smaller pile of fortune like rises, and you can take whatever you want before he will take something from the table. From what you can tell, it looks like a pair of wings. It's like kind of weird. Like gargoyles already have wings. Why does he even need wings? But
so he's taking a pair of wings for himself. Right?
Yes. And then he just looks at Crow and says,
"Goodbye."
And he flies away.
All right. Well, now that he's gone, now we're gonna case the place and see what we can grab.
I don't think you even need to roll for investigation because he revealed the true, treasure for you guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, from what you can see on the table, obviously, 2 pearls, like both worth 100 gold pieces.
Perfect.
So 2. A diamond that worth at least 250 pieces. Well, not at least, probably 250 pieces.
All right, so hang on, 250 gold piece diamond. What was the first one?
2 pearls, each
two pearls.
worth 100 gold piece.
I was gonna say, Krull, since I've got this giant burlap sack, do you want me to be the carry bitch for at least a bit?
No, I'm the carry bitch.
Oh, yeah,
because
you
I
are.
have a strength of like.
I'm gonna
high
type.
strength.
Hold on.
Fair.
2 pearls.
All right, I want the
Each,
pearls though. I'm gonna
Already
grab
got it.
those.
Okay, nice.
I'm on top of it.
And there's more. 5 malachite gem, 5 lapis lazuli gem.
How much are malachite worth?
The malachite gems worth 10 gold piece each. I'm gonna type it here. Hold on. The malachite gem, 10 gold piece each. 5 lapis lazuli gem, 10 gold piece each. 2 garnet gem, 20 gold piece each. That's about it. Yeah. Actually, 5.
Those are some shiny rocks.
5. Yeah, those a lot of shiny rocks.
Is it 5 garnet or?
Yeah, 5 garnet. Yeah, 5 each.
5 garnet. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh, sorry,
I will,
2 garnet. 2 garnet. My bad. Yeah, 2 garnet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will give him a pearl.
Yeah. You're gonna
Let's
keep everything
tell
to
him-
yourself.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, actually, you
Alright.
know what? Give me both, and then I'll expend it.
All right.
All right, and you also get 4 healing potions.
Hooray!
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
Where
good.
were those when we needed them?
in the vault, which you never looted
yeah.
before you leave.
We never looted the. Well, we didn't want
Yeah.
to piss off the gargoyle.
True,
Yeah.
true. Also, you get a pair of boots and some weird-looking tattoo.
Ooh.
Wait, how the hell do I get a tattoo?
It's on a parchment.
It's like you know those like dollar store tattoos you can get where you put them on your arm and you put some water on it.
More like it's a parchment that it looks like it can be inscribed on someone, and it just yep. You don't know the full details before you look into it.
So we've got the crystal ball, we've got the boots, and we've got the tattoo. I'm actually gonna ask you, Krull, then, and say, well, I can ritual cast identify on one of these 3 things. Which one would you prefer?
Actually, you can ritual
or
cast
first.
on all of them.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that how that works?
If it doesn't say consumed, you can repeatedly use it.
Because I guess This is a pearl worth at least 100 gold.
yeah. As long as the material doesn't specify it's consumed,
that is expended.
that is
Oh,
expended,
okay, gotcha.
you can use it indefinitely. Best thing about a wizard.
Okay, learning.
Yeah.
This is good. All right, then I will ritual cast and I'll identify all of them. It's gonna take 30
All
minutes,
right,
though.
you identified 2. Okay, 3, counting the orb. All right,
Counting
you
the orb.
get a orb of time. The orb
okay.
is orb of time. Boots is the elven kind boots, and you get the Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Ooh, okay. Boots and Eldritch Claw.
I'm gonna put in It's already in chat.
Gotcha. I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember what the tattoo does, because that might be really good for Gord to use.
Yeah, it is. This one gives unarmed strike +1 to damage roll and attack rolls. Yeah. Also, you can maul someone with that Eldritch.
Yeah,
Stuff.
yeah. I'm gonna give. So basically, if I'm handing that out, I'm definitely gonna just. You can just put it in his character sheet. I'm just gonna be handing it to Gord immediately.
Yeah.
Because that is absolutely.
Well, it's not acquired yet. You need someone to, do the tattoo to Gord.
Okay. But I mean,
Yeah.
like, can you just put it in his inventory so I can delete it from mine because I'm gonna be giving it to him anyway.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know if I can try. So my question is that the Orb of Time? Do I know what it does?
Yeah, it's a common magic item. Basically, I'm gonna put it in chat. Hold on. Basically, holding the orb, you can use an action to determine whether it is morning, afternoon, evening, or night.
Oh, okay. That's pretty decent.
Yep. While holding this orb, you can use the action. Yeah. Put it in the chat.
And I'm Boots of Elven Kind. That's advantage on stealth.
Yes.
I'm gonna say to the group, it's like, well, if you guys don't mind, I'm a pretty stealthy boy. Can I have the boots?
All right, I will let him have the boots.
Sweet. All right.
All right.
Because I
shrugs.
I will have advantage on stealth, and that is good for me because my stealth is actually pretty high.
Okay.
All right. So I put on the boots, and you know what? I give him a test run. I go like, "What's that over there?" And then I try and hide.
Okay.
18.
All right. Nice. You hide in plain sight.
I just find like a chair to hide underneath.
All right, where'd he go? Hmm.
Nice.
And I just
Oh, wow,
hop.
I guess
hop,
those really are magic.
and then I just hop behind you, Crawl, and go, haha, gotcha.
Ah, son of a bitch!
Okay.
Right, was
Isma, like while you're doing that, Isma is gonna go back to the hallway. He's trying to, see if he missed anything back there. You guys can continue what you were doing. He's gonna go back and search.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do. I've got. Oh, by the way, well, I guess it doesn't matter for now. Just if we ever get into combat, I will just need a little skeleton token with me.
Yeah.
For
I will.
Alright.
You can just drag the.
Oh, really? I can do that?
You can just drag it. It should appear.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's actually fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess at this point, while Isma's kind of like walking around, I'm gonna just talk to Krull.
Yep. Go
and
for it.
Say, so Krull, so after everything we found, we definitely want to, avenge Alister's death, and
Oh, yeah,
We wanna-
absolutely.
we want to come to at least figure out what happened. Maybe that strange figure that Gord saw had something to do with it. And it looks like we're going to be heading to Chult.
Hmm.
I have some friends who could maybe help us get a boat. Is that something you're interested in?
I was gonna say, yeah. How long will a boat take?
A boat might take a while, but other than being magically teleported, I still think it's our best bet.
Hmm. All right. Well, you know what? We'll look for a boat. We'll take the boat. I will go liquidate our new gemstones and then start buying up supplies.
I'd hold on to the diamond. I think Isma could get a lot of use out of that. But the rest of the stuff, I definitely
That is true.
liquefy.
Yeah, that's true. All right. I will. All right. So on that happy note, I think we will be leaving the mansion.
we'll make our
Before
way
we
to-
leave, Isma is gonna say, guys, you might want to see this.
Okay, let's go find what Isma found.
All right. You guys found him at what looks like the master chamber. The room is dimly lit, with like smaller, rosters of books, but from what their protection looks like, it looks like even more valuable than what was in the private library. While you guys walk in, Isma was looking at by the desk and staring down at what was on the table.
What is
And
it?
yeah, it appears to be a letter. It says, "Dear Syndra, I found a big discovery. The tablet is more than we could ever dream of. It points to the tomb. We need to warn Artus before things get too late.
So, what is this
Sincerely
tomb?
yours, Alister."
All right, Isma, this is clearly addressed to you. What is this
Oh
tomb?
no,
What is this
it
tablet?
addressed to a
Syndra.
lady. It says "Dear Syndra" on top.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
written by Art. It was written by
By
not Art,
Alister.
It was written by
Alister.
Alister.
Yeah.
Going to Syndra.
Yeah,
First
it
and
mentioned two things. Basically, he found a big discovery regarding something of the tomb. Second, he needs to warn. He stressed that they need to warn a guy named Artus before it's too late.
And I scratch my head and go, do you know anybody named Artos or Syndra, Isma?
It's called ARTUS. ARTUS Artus. I can't say I do. However, if you look at this, and he points at the end of the parting word, it's a stamp that looks like a harp. It's like, if I'm not wrong, Alister is one of the Harpers. Agent, probably.
Hmm.
I didn't know that about him.
Me neither.
guess
Never
I
knew
sh-
he had any musical talent. I was just a wizard.
Actually, and then Isma describes what Harper is for Kroll.
Yeah, I know what.
Yeah, I know.
Harper
Like
is.
he's like in character.
But
yeah.
Kroll's like the what the
What the fuck
Harper?
is a Harper? Yeah, and he
Yeah,
described
and,
them as like the agent of good and helping the lands and all sorts of stuff.
And
Yeah.
yes, and Kroll learned something new about the world today.
Yeah. And there's more. He like lifts one of the books in his hand and just plays it out. I'm gonna show it to you, and I'm gonna read it. Hold on. I'm gonna show it to players. Okay. If there's one thing every lore, legend, and myth has in common, it must be that they are all rooted in facts, no matter how slim it is. This one is no exception. Death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. It is a duty that has passed from hand to hand, splintered into smaller pieces. Disease, war, funeral rites. But there must always be an overseer of the cycle as life falls away. However, where there's a jailer, there's a criminal. The undead are the disturbance of the rule. The more sentient they are, the more harm they cause. And the worst of them all is the Lich. Feared by mortal beings for their malign magic, their intelligence, and their willingness to embrace undeath for a chance to live forever, or rather, to endure forever. Lichdom was arguably the most powerful known form of undeath. Notable listing: Zastam, Region of Thay, Asarak, the Devourer, Vecna, the Whisper One, and the rest is indiscriminable. Yeah.
Okay.
I think honestly, hearing that read is just like Cricket just gets silent because this concept of death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain is something that kind of interests him
Mm-hmm.
with his necromantic sort of like personality and heritage and all that. So he just kind of nods almost with some sort of weird understanding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like Cricket goes, he just look. I guess he waits for Isma to say something.
Mm-hmm. No, Isma waved this and says, "This is called the amalgamation, divinity, and death." Like, Alister literally have this book underneath the letter. It must have something to do with his death, or the whole thing.
I think Alister may have been looking into just some sort of necrotic force. If anything, from the letter and from this book, or at least this information, if I had to guess anything, he was looking to stop somebody really, really bad.
Maybe.
And,
We need to find
Cricket-
someone that can sort this out for us. Maybe that Syndra lady or of some sort can
Yeah.
help us.
Either Syndra or, well, yeah, we gotta find Syndra or Artus. Actually, I was gonna talk to you, Isma. I just talked to Krull. I know some people in Watergate that have a way of getting information and stuff like that. But we gotta go and talk to them.
Yeah, Grodd, like, you think? What do you think? Grodd was like,
Kroll is thinking
Yeah.
he's going to say, okay, so he is looking to stop the Walking Dead, some kind of undead monster. There's a tomb that he's looking to. There's a tomb in Chult, and he's got research on an undead monster. Now, I may not be the smartest person alive, but, and this is a big but,
Big butt.
I'm thinking maybe one of those people, one of those undead lichy things, are hiding out in this tomb in Chult.
Hmm.
Maybe.
That could be a possibility.
We don't
I
know yet.
mean, we don't
Maybe,
know yet,
maybe
but
not. But yeah.
regardless, it's clear to me that the answers are in Chult. For sure. It's just getting there. That might be a bit tricky.
If what you say, if you say you have a connection,
I have he takes a long moment and tilts his head to the left. Friends, let's call them friends, who might be able to help us. We may have to do a favor, but it's better than just wandering in the dark.
yeah, I guess that's for the best. Gord? Gord was like, of course, we can always go somewhere, anywhere. Poor imitation of Justin, but yeah.
I honestly, I think Gord would be like, shit,
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
From what I gathered
Yeah.
from Justin's performance.
Yeah.
Last time.
All right.
all
So the party is set, and you guys venture to the Baldur's Gate. I guess to the Baldur's Gate.
To
Alright.
the Baldur's Gate.
Okay. So question for the players: should we stop here and wait until next session, or should we continue venture a little bit deeper into the Baldur's Gate? Meet your connection.
I kind of want to explore Baldur's Gate, at least just a little bit. Like, we don't have to, like, start anything, like, super, like, insane. But I would like to explore, at least maybe see if I could touch base with Santos.
All right, with your connection. All right, then we venture into Baldur's Gate. Hold on. Let's see.
Alrighty,
Yeah,
I will.
I believe you can now see the map. I hope.
No, I can see it.
Yeah,
see it.
that's it.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, I'm gonna move
Oh, hey,
away
there's
there.
a.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, that's
you guys were somewhere in here, Duskhawk Hill. You know where Alister's mansion is, and
Gotcha.
you guys
Got it.
venture forward. Because Cricket, you are the one leading the way. You know where your friends are.
Right.
Where do you guys go?
I don't know a whole lot about, like, Baldur's
Mhm.
Gate, like, as the player.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask the DM, what would be the most likely place for, like, maybe a less than reputable person to set up an operation?
All right.
You know, the kind of person who would do some, like, roguish activity.
There's a lot of basic backgrounds. Baldur's Gate, or simply called the Gate, is the largest metropolis and city-state in the Sword Coast, within the greater Western Heartlands. It's a crowded city
Right.
with a lot of people. For what your acquaintances, they might be laying low at the Low Lanterns near the region,
Okay.
because the crime, as it's like extremely common in Baldur's
Right,
Gate,
yeah.
basically still have factions, and the largest one, the Guild, which you know because it's an urban legend for you rogues, are the guild called led by Nine Fingers, and that is probably the dominant thieves organization in Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I don't know, like,
Mhm.
maybe I feel like we talk about Elf Song before?
Yes,
feel
you
like
guys
Elfsong came
you
up.
guys started at Elf Song You guys started resting
You know what?
there.
If that is the case, then maybe it's there's sort of like a hidden location in Eastway. Maybe we'll say that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Then basically you might have some place to lay low. Maybe you are laying low there. You don't know that.
Well,
I don't know that. It's for your character to know. Yeah.
I will say this. I know where Santos likes to meet us. But I'm bringing people with me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my buddies to the Elf Song Tavern, right? And then I'm gonna say, just wait here for now. I'm gonna go talk with my boss, and I'm gonna go find Santos at our usual place.
All right, then
because I know that if I bring some random strangers to him, he's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
All right. So for that, you would probably leave the group at Elfzone, if that's what the group decision is, and then you'll go by yourself to the Low Lantern, near this region. Basically, Low Lantern is also a tavern. But the surrounding area is gathered with low lives, what we say.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I look for Santos,
all right.
Who is a older dwarvish man.
All right. Hold on. No. All right. I'm going to describe it a little bit. The Low Lantern is a tavern on board a ship, actually, near the South Gate. It's a 2 sub-quest involving the Low Lantern. On the second deck, down, there is like an opening for you to enter. So basically, this is like a ship-based tavern. It's a kind of a interesting sighting, yeah. For the outsiders, for you, it's like every day, And you entered Low Lantern. You sit at your common table, and do the secret hand gestures to the bartender. The bartender nods, and the crowded room basically, as you enter, there's a lot of all walks of life entered there. As you sit down and you close the curtain on the chamber, waited for a few seconds, and then Santos appeared. Okay, I'm gonna describe him a little bit. Hold on. All right. A middle-aged looking dwarf with short black hair and 3 bulky dreadlock beards in a well-groomed fashion. His masculine feature and sharp stares suggest he's not someone to be trifled with. He enters the room, sits down, he's still holding a sort of like a beer. You don't know, it's pretty strong. It's probably more than a beer. He downs the tankard, slams it on the table, and says, "Where have you been, boy?"
And Cricket kind of like shrinks a little bit. Sorry, Santos.
Sorry doesn't cut it. We've been off for a week. Where's our collection? Huh?
I kind of go like.
He puts his hand on the table.
I begrudgingly.
Waves at you. Yeah.
I didn't take the jewels, but I did take 2 pearls, so I will hand him 1.
And he snatches it, immediately examines it with his one of his eyes, and just like, good, interesting. Now hand me more.
I don't have any more, says Santos, but
he stares intently.
I do have something I wanted to ask you. I've recently come into contact with some new people, and there is a possibility that there is some And Cricket's trying to think like how he can word this to Santos. There is opportunity for you to make a lot of money in a place called Chult.
He laughs like just belly laughs and just like, are you out of your mind, boy? Chult. Chult is nothing but a dread jungle. No opportunities. Only death.
Cricket thinks
We
for a
haven't
moment.
finished yet. I know you've been holding out on me. You know the rules.
Yeah, I know the rules. Do you have a job for me? Maybe I can steal something, and then maybe you can consider what I have to say. I know that's how we usually do things.
He growls for a bit, like in his throat, and claps his hand. You see two other figures enter the room. You know both of them. Slug, a brown-haired dwarven fighter with a forgettable appearance, except the giant warhammer in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. His job usually involves in roughing up people, so you know. And you don't like him that much. Yeah. And the other one is Wasp, a brazen and rash halfling that does anything in a fast pace. His job usually is breaking into the buildings and stealing stuff, but he also is kind of hot-tempered. And he walks in as well. And Wasp immediately enters the room and says, "So, what you got for us, boss? You." He looks like he sees something dirty and just spits on the floor.
I am covered in like dirt and grime and like all that stuff. I will say this: I did leave Ozzy at the bar. I didn't bring Ozzy.
Yeah, I figured you would have, or else it'll be like.
I would have been a little awkward.
Yeah, it would have been a little awkward.
I think honestly, Santos probably knows that I have the ability to cast, create undead.
He would. He just
But I don't
doesn't
think
care
he
unless it profits
doesn't really
him.
care.
Yeah,
Unless
unless it profits him.
fair.
Or if it brings him trouble, then he will immediately
I figured
cut
that
ties.
bringing the skeleton would bring in.
Yes.
trouble, so
However, to your advantage, low lanterns is like I said, all walks of low lives, and low lives doesn't really care about other people's secret unless it profits them. So yeah, there are a lot of prying eyes, but as long as they don't see anything interesting or profitable, you're fine. Yeah.
So
All right, Slug
Cricket,
just enters and standing by Santos' side, just like a loyal guard dog he is. And Wasp is like continuously like talking, just saying, "So what are we gonna do, boss? Hearing we a new gig, something? Maybe we can do something about it. Maybe kick Cricket to the side, and we can solve this by ourselves. Maybe." He's basically babbling all the way.
Babbling.
Yeah, like he always does. Strange thing is that you don't see Ladybug, the other friend of yours. Santos just raised a hand and just slaps, probably slaps Wasp by the left cheek. And Wasp immediately just stops, and Santos just says, "With it, boy. I'm interested. What do you have to offer? Then your monthly share."
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, he is. He's
Well,
basically, his type. He likes to know the full details of who he's dealing with, and then he'll weigh the risk before he promises anything. Roll me an insight check, actually.
Sure. I'm trying to. Yeah, this is an interesting. I know him, but I'm also trying to like gauge how to tell.
Yeah, because you're bargaining. Yeah. Judging by his looks and all these years you've been with him, you think he actually has something in his hand, that needs extra help. But he is weighing the situation before he does anything. Yeah.
I guess if I'm weighing that he needs help with something specific, and that might be a way to get on his good side.
Yes.
I kind of look at his hand, and it says, "It seems like something's been on your mind, Santos. Like I said, if you need help with anything, then I'm here to help. I'm here to, earn my keep. I just hope that you'll consider what I have to say afterwards. But there's profit to be made in multiple places, whether it be here or far away."
He leans back. Like before, he was like staring and like all forcefully at you. Now he just sits back, as if you kind of said something like piqued his interest, and then he looks at you and says, "You know our line of business, boy. We don't deal with strangers. So, tell me about this friend of yours. What are they like?
Well,
Who are they? Everything."
well, one is a big turtle man. I've seen him fight off many big undead and large creatures. He tackled almost everything, like he could hold a mountain back. One of the strongest people I've ever seen. There was this lanky fellow named Gord. He was actually really funny. And he had a way with his fists. He could punch and kick and twirl like no one I had ever seen. And he was capable, skilled, cunning, and jovial. And then there's Isma, stoic, determined, had the ability to use radiant forms of magic. As you probably are aware, we were all under Alister's care, or at least tutelage. I know you wanted me to do that so that we could get some leverage with the big guy. Unfortunately, some misfortune came upon Alister, and I want to solve the mystery as to what happened. And all the clues lead to Chult. And if Alister was a powerful and a rich individual, then these people that Alister has mentioned are awaiting sort of a contact in Chult. They could be even more richer or powerful than even he was. I see it as an opportunity to expand, and more importantly, an investment in our funds and our, let's just say, an investment for the future, a wealthy investment. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. But if you're unconvinced that these individuals are worth your time, then perhaps if we gave them the opportunity to prove themselves, then you could maybe reconsider.
Long silent. Oh, by the way, when you said cruel, when you described cruel, you noticed that Slug like slammed his hammer on the ground, like a little bit pissed. Yeah.
No, I'm the strongest.
Yeah, I'm the strongest. But anyway, you ignore him and continues. And you notice that Santos' eyes glow as you mentioned that Alister is dead. He like just says, "That old bugger. Always knew he was gonna die." Anyway. These friend of yours. I like them. I think they're interesting. But, like I said before, you know the drill. We don't just welcome someone into our rank, into our circle. So yes, I do have a task for you.
I nod.
He pauses even longer. Snap his finger, and you notice that as he snapped his finger, sort of like a parchment appeared on his hand, and he just lays it on the table. Before he lays it on the table, he looks to the side and checks if anything's, out of place. And he, looks around, make sure nothing's, spying on them, and he lays that parchment on the floor, on the ground. And you can't tell what it is, besides it's a sort of like a map or something. And then he continues saying, "Look, boy, we recently had a dealing with some powerful people. The power they have, we can easily level up. In the guild, in the society, in everything. However, they need us to do something. Something important. Your job, your crew, is to enter the sorcerer's sundries. Find a bottle. A blue one, to be precise. The one you will see, and you will immediately knows it's your mark. Steal it without anyone knowing. And I mean anyone. And bring it back to me. Then we'll have a deal."
You'll consider my offer about going to Chult?
I'll consider it.
I kind of readjust, just my little cloak, my burlap sack, which even though it doesn't have Aussie in it, I still collected a bunch of bones. I
Nice.
always gotta have a spare bones
Yeah.
if I'm gonna make my way anywhere. I just give a nod, and I start making my way out. But before I,
yeah.
oh sorry, yeah.
Go ahead.
I just say, before I go and start, prepping for the job, I don't see Ladybug anywhere. She's gone.
As you were saying, I don't see, and Ladybug enters, almost bumping into you, and she quickly adjusts. So you see a tiny ambidextrous half elf that always greets anyone in a flawless fashion. Yeah, she enters the room and just quickly says to Santos, "Boss, we got Cricket. Good to see you here. You okay?
Yeah,
You've been away for a while."
okay.
And Santos just cut it, just like, "Spill with it, girl." "What?" And Ladybug just a little bit kind of scared, and then just says, "So, boss, the thing we talked about, the thing you mentioned before, it's happening. Like, right now." And you notice that Santos immediately stands up and just rush out, and Wasp and Slug follows him through suit. And then he just before he leaves, he says to you, Cricket, is like, "Don't let me down, boy. Finish this job, and I'll consider it. And then he leaves.
Kind of. I know that I've got a job to do, but if I'm assuming Ladybug's gone, actually, you know what? I think Cricket.
She actually stays a little bit behind, as if she wants to
okay.
talk to you.
Yes, okay, because I did want to just touch base with her real quick, and then I'll go and see Krull and the boys. I do say to Ladybug, so what's going on? If I'm allowed.
I
to
can't
ask?
talk. Like this is the hush hush.
Hush hush.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, we can't. Sorry, but
No.
you're
It's
okay.
okay.
And how's the? Did he do Did they tell you to do anything else? We kind of needed someone to do another thing in the same time. I mean,
Yeah.
he did brief you, right?
I've got he briefed me. I've got a mark. I've got some new people that I'm trying to.
That's really good. I'm happy for you. Finally, making some friends. And then she smiles.
I'm kind of new at this.
Yeah, and she smiles and gives you a hug. And it's like, sorry, Cricket, but I really need to go. Santos. But good luck on the job. And then
you too.
Yeah, before you say you too, she darts out.
It's
like you too.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Wavering goodbye.
Yeah. Sort of like that. Yeah.
So Cricket's a little defeated, but he's got a job, he's got a possibility,
yes,
and he's got a lot of new information. So he's gonna make his way to the Elven Song and brief his friends.
All right. As you return to the Elven Song, for Krull and for everyone else, I'm gonna describe it a little bit. Hold on. Where's my? Come on. Oh, come on. It's gone? So uncivilized. Alright. Hold on a minute.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah. Sorry. The stuff I typed. Why? Why do this to me? Hold on. Alright. Fine. So, you entered Elfson. It's the same as you left before. A quaint, quiet tavern with a lot of lavish elven, inscriptions on the walls. Yeah. You find Krull sitting in the lobby. Basically, just sits there and drinking, I assume.
Yeah. Drinking heavily.
Yeah. Nice. All right. What would you like to do right now?
I guess I'll go and grab a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I just say, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Sure, going good. Hey, listen, you get you by the two of you. Is that Ozzy? Have you just guy Ozzy and you?
I think I see this, and I just have Ozzy doing a little dance, in front of Krull.
Nice.
To entertain him.
Wait, not it for you.
I see Krull's been having some fun.
Yeah. Isma just says he's been drinking since we get here. I'm not familiar with turtle biology. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's good for him or is it okay. I don't know.
Cricket kind of shrugs. I mean, it could. I know that Slug, when he backs a couple down, he can get real strong. Or at least he says he does.
Okay,
I've got some
good thing,
I got
right?
some information.
Okay.
About Cricket's a little nervous about talking about this kind of stuff, but so my coworker, he's willing to help us.
That's great.
Quotes,
I mean, that's good. That's a good thing, right?
Fantastic.
But we've got to do something for him. And
That's okay, I guess.
it's a little let's just say it's a little nefarious, but it's not something that I think is gonna, you know, um, piss off everybody. And I do get a little bit more quieter, as I don't want to be shouting this or anything. But
Okay.
Cricket's kind of like a quieter kind of character to begin with.
Yeah.
Cricket says, we've got to go and steal something, a bottle, from, and I'm just gonna grab the notes that I wrote down from the
Sorcerer's
Sundry.
Sundries. I'm
Yeah.
gonna type it
Yeah.
in chat.
Yeah. And I basically explained to Isma, and I say, basically what we gotta do is we gotta break in, steal this bottle, probably replace it with something that looks very similar, and bring it back to Santos. Once we do that, he'll consider helping us get to Schultz.
Tired Cricket.
Sorry, that was
No,
that was
good.
me yawning.
Yeah, oh, good,
I'm not
okay.
yawning because I'm bored. I'm yawning because
Yeah, I know.
sleep
All
deprivation.
right. Isma just says, well, if that's what it takes, like, what's the deal he cut us? Like, does he said he gonna help us get to Cholt? Or does he said he has a boat or something? Teleportation, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Cricket starts getting nervous a little bit. Well, you see, okay, so Santos has connections,
Okay.
and he
Take your
could
time.
probably get us a boat.
Nice.
And,
Okay.
and I may have had to say that to convince him, that there was a lot of money to be made in this.
Wait, what?
Are we working for the mob?
We're not.
Growls drunkenly.
Yeah.
Cricket goes, it's not the mob per se. People who work under, let's say, in the gray lines between law
There's
and
a
order.
mob in there. We're working for the mob.
And Cricket's just like, well, okay, listen, I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable or anything like that. This is usually the stuff that I kind of do when I'm, by myself, living my life in Baldur's Gate. So I just wanted to clear it with everybody. All right, listen. I know it's not exactly the best thing in the world to do. I get it. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, my life has been mostly grave robbing for Santos. So, look, we just have to do this one quick job, and then we're done. And then we can make our way to Schultz with other resources that Santos is offering us, and then we can, start. We can start our investigation. We can figure out what happened to Alister, and maybe see if we can find this Sandra lady.
First of all, it's Syndra. Second, sure. I don't know. I don't have.
I am drunk.
I don't have dealings with this kind of people, but just make sure they honor their words, okay?
Yeah, Cricket nods. Santos is definitely intimidating and can be a bit of a jerk, but if we prove ourselves that we can make money for him, he'll do good by us.
All right.
So
then
I
we'll do
guess
it.
for
I
now-
guess. Just
for now, let's
yeah.
rest up.
Let's
Yeah.
rest for a bit and get ready. And
Yeah.
that's where we'll stop for the night.
All right,
Alright.
good.
Alright.
Kroll needs the time to sober up.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
I would say you guys take a short rest before you leave. And since you guys left the mansion early in the morning, by the time you finish all your business, it's about like late afternoon. So Yeah, it's
Mm.
like you'll probably leave the area and go to your mark during nighttime.
Right, gotcha.
So yeah.
Well,
Works for
because
me.
that was my other thing I was gonna ask. So, next week, because Falcon's gone, it would just be. I actually, we don't even know if Justin would be available
Yeah.
anyway. So we're probably not gonna do a session next week.
Yeah, probably not.
Alright.
Okay.
And the week after that, probably not as well because you will be
Yeah,
on
because I'm
week
gonna
off.
be
Yep.
most likely working.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll have some time before we all reconvene and
Yes.
do the heist.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right.
Alrighty.
Awesome. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good night.
Yeah.
It was a fun time playing with y'all.
Thank
I will see
you.
y'all week after
Same.
next.
Yep.
All right.
Same thing.
Take it easy.
Take
Alright,
it
you
easy.
too.
Bye.
Bye.